taxpayers, you're back with MrTaxes.ca with special guests and our special co-host. Make sure and tune in weekly Wednesday mornings, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 noon Central. Remember to subscribe and remember to smash, bash, and kick it in the you-know-what with that like button if you want more videos like this. There you have it, the intro video, and here we are live with Neal Callaghan for week 19 in 2022 with our Dollar Tax Club mortgage broker affiliate webinar. How you doing, Jesse?
I'm doing great, thank you. I'm excited for today. I got the pleasure of meeting Neal last week, and I'm excited to learn more about this Smith maneuver.
Yeah, it's been around for a little while, probably as long as you and me have been around. I know it goes back to at least, Neal, do you know the date? I think 1980s somewhere.
Yeah, Fraser Smith was using it for his clients back in the 80s. And
yeah, when I read
the book in the early 2000s, I remember reading the book 20 years ago. I was all excited about it. Never used it. I wish I had. I would probably have about 3 houses by now.
Yeah, tax is the biggest erosion of wealth in Canada, most Western countries. I remember when I was reading the book, there was a letter in the book that he had written to Van City, tried the big banks, and the big banks had turned him down. And I am still a Van City client or member, you know, because it is a credit union in British Columbia. And I remember at least 1998, was in my truck phoning to try and get some money transferred for something. And it said it was going to be at least a 30-minute wait. And somehow I got patched in to somebody else that was on hold. And this guy was screaming into the phone. He goes, I can't believe it. You SOBs from Van City, you got to get your asses in gear. Can't you get anybody to answer and he's screaming into the phone profanities. And I couldn't help it. I had to give it a go. As soon as he stopped there for a second to catch his breath, I said, hello, Van City, how may I help you? And he laid into me pretty heavy. And I said, you know, I'll be able to help you, sir. We just need you to calm down a little bit. I said, I just need your account number and your PIN number. So he gives it to me. And I clicked on the phone a bit and I said, that's great. I said, we're in your account. I said, but it's showing 0 funds. And he went off the handle. And I said, oh, hey, man. I said, I'm just kidding. I'm just another guy on hold here with you. I don't know how our calls got patched in. And he goes, can you believe these? And then all of a sudden, somebody from Van City came on the phone. And I said, see ya, man. Good luck. I was at least 1998, I remember calling Van City. So what do we have in store today? We got Neal coming on, licensed mortgage broker. That's going to talk about the Smith maneuver. But our agenda is, what are you going to learn? You're going to learn how to pay off your mortgage in half the time at least, minimum. I know the strategy well from the accounting side. Neal's going to go in depth on the mortgage side and how everything works together. We have Jesse, our co-host, who is into, let's just say, marketing at all levels. And then we have a few tax tips, jokes, of course. We're the side hustle for your side hustle. And you always got to practice what we're preaching if you want to try and save money. That's our ultimate goal, is minimize your tax, maximize your wealth. So you got to go out and try some of these things. Reach out to our guest, Neal, especially today, if you like anything you hear about the Smith maneuver. Again, this is our 19th webinar. We moved it to Wednesday mornings, 9 a.m. Pacific, live every Wednesday in 2022. So you will be able to watch these on the replay, though, on the YouTube channel. And like it said in the intro music there, remember to like, smash, and kick it in the you-know-what button if you're watching this on the YouTube channel. Reasons why you don't think you need life insurance. Jesse, you know all about these. So Jesse's licensed across Western Canada. He's heading up our insurance division in Alberta, if you're not aware of the fact that we also have a fully licensed life insurance brokerage. I'll let Jesse, you read one off, I'll read one off, and we'll just go back and forth. So reasons why you don't think you need life insurance.
I've talked to so many people who just say, I just don't think I need it because I don't think I'm going to die anytime soon. Well, the point is, you know, the fact is everyone's going to die eventually. I hate to break it to you, but we're all going to die eventually.
Death and taxes.
Death and taxes. Mr. Taxes,
mortgage
businesses.
Mortgage is the literal translation is a pledge of death. Mort and gage, right? The Latin translation. Number two, you don't really like your kids. I don't know how many times clients have called us and wanted to change the beneficiary out of sheer spite. Number three, you're gonna
I've had that happen a time or two. So you're going to inherit a fortune. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, maybe waiting for. Hopefully, there's some stuff left after probate, and all the assets are distributed to the government first before who you want to leave them to. And then you're going to win the lottery. I actually had a friend. He's a client, a Vietnamese guy. He lives in Vancouver now, but he was my neighbor when I first moved out to BC in '96. He won the lottery twice. He won 1.2 million, and then he won, I think, 800 grand 6 weeks later. Yeah, and he didn't spend any of it on English lessons. He's been here 40 years, and his English is very, very slight on the English. Very, very heavy Vietnamese accent. Then if you expect the government's going to take care of you, think again. They take half your lifetime income in some form of tax. Okay, so our company, we started in 1984. Our trademark is dated back to 84. Didn't incorporate until 2000s. We grew the business to 42 offices with 350 plus staff before we decided to franchise. So we sold off the locations. And now we're on the Canadian Franchise Association, officially franchising. For mortgage brokers that are tuning in, we're the national partner with Finastra, which owns Bilogic, and we're the sole service provider for all tax documents, any tax services you need for your clients. Just reach out to us. This is an affiliate program that we created specifically to work with Finastra and allow mortgage brokers to work with us to generate leads, get documents, get objections filed, to get balances reduced on clients' accounts, so you can get the mortgages approved. I think bottom line, mortgage brokers, the biggest hurdle is getting documents from the client and having the clients being open. Working with us, it's very simple. One document the client signs, and we can get everything for them. A little bit about Jesse.
So I've been in the online entrepreneur space since 2016, digital marketing, branding, representing different companies, being an affiliate for different companies. Was able to reach number one in sales for 3 different global companies, which was a massive achievement for myself. Built and led teams of thousands of people. I've built training courses, done lots of coaching and consulting for lots of different businesses, just helping them automate, systemize, and just optimize their entire business from A to B. I am heading up the Alberta division for life insurance with Mr. Insurance, which is very exciting because I'm obviously passionate about life insurance. It's something that isn't super easy to be passionate about, but there is a backstory behind why I got into the industry, and this is just one way that I'm able to help people not go through what I had to go through at a young age. So that's me.
In a nutshell. Now, just before we get into Neal's slide here and introducing Neal formally, we are the side hustle for your side hustle. So as a mortgage broker, we're just here to complement what you're doing. We're one piece of the puzzle, helping get you documents for your clients. Your clients can sign up to the Dollar Tax Club for $1, and they get discounts on their tax filings. You, more importantly, as a broker with this affiliate code, get a commission on any business the client does with us. So tax documents, we can get those in as little as 24 hours. If you are on the Filogix platform, Filogix Expert Pro, those documents are sent to you within 30 minutes. We have a 30-minute service window. So same day, we had a call yesterday. What are we now? March 18th. Just yesterday, broker called, needed income slip from 2021. They were just uploaded to CRA. We were able to get those to her before the closing of the mortgage. She said, we only have an hour to get these. I believe I rushed to the other computer, got them in about 20 minutes. And so that's how fast we can get documents, but we do have a 24-hour service guarantee. So here we are, Neal. So do you want to introduce yourself, or do you want us to make some stuff up?
Oh, you can make stuff up. No, I was born in Vancouver, obviously. Long time ago. Raised in Richmond, went to high school in Langley. I first got interested in real estate as a young kid. I was 19 years old. My parents had bought a small apartment block, and I really enjoyed collecting the rent. I didn't like vacuuming. That was one of the things. I enrolled into the BCIT Marketing Management Real Estate Program and never looked back. Been married 30 years. I think that's an accomplishment these days. Got a trailer, love to go camping outdoors, love to go been to Ottawa. My next excursion is probably Newfoundland. Love to see that. I've been licensed about 12 years. I've been with DLC, with Verico. I love Mortgage Broken Pros right now with Scott Peckford, and that's part of Verico.
So currently with Verico, I like that. When I was reading your bio here, when Alicia was putting the slides together, things you love to do, camping outdoors as opposed to indoors. I just had to have a chuckle about that.
Yeah,
Where are some of the places,
of course.
you mentioned one or two, but where are some of the places that you've camped that are, let's say out of the norm?
Well, I like the Okanagan, obviously, the Soyuz area. I go to Cranbrook, Kootenays. My wife's got family there, so I use that as an excuse. Just love getting out.
When you camp, do you camp like Hotel Hilton or old school?
No, we have a trailer, so it's unfortunately now it's bathroom, shower, stove, fridge, and a TV.
So kind of in between,
camper.
Yeah, between a lean-to and Hotel Hilton, I guess, somewhere in between.
That's right.
Awesome. So let's cue up your slides if you want to get your slides up, Neal. And just to give our listeners a heads up, there's about 51 slides, and we'll go for about half an hour here. I'll just let you know when we're through 30 minutes. If we get cut short, Neal, what we're going to do is continue this on a second webinar. So if it does get cut short for today, you'll learn the first majority of the process on the Smith maneuver, how to pay off your mortgage in a minimum half the time. And once we get towards the end, if we have to queue it up, you'll be able to watch it on the replay. So to get to our YouTube channel, it does come in an email with all the links to watch the replay, shortly after the webinar today.
Okay.
I'll get the slides up because Neal has been around for a little while. He's technologically challenged. No, he's just I know you're familiar on Zoom, so what I'll do is I'll get your slides up here on our side, Neal, and then you just let me know to slide through them, when to change.
Okay,
that's good. You should be able to see them up there.
Okay.
And yeah, Jesse and I usually just sit around in the background and check the chat area. So if you have questions, get them into the chat area. If we have time at the end, we'll get them answered. If not, we'll make sure and get the questions out to Neal. If they are mortgage related or on the Smith maneuver, we'll get those questions relayed to Neal, at the end here of the presentation and or offline.
Okay. I'll
take it away, Neal. Take it away.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Neal Callaghan. I'm a Smith certified professional. The Smith maneuver is your mortgage tax deductible. Well, that's a question. In Canada, your mortgages are not tax deductible. Smith maneuver is a strategy. The concept was created by Fraser Smith probably over 30 years ago or close to 40 years ago in the 80s. He wrote the book in the early 2000s, and his son, Robinson Smith, has added on to that. And the book's called Mastering Your Mortgage for Financial Freedom. Essentially, in a nutshell, the Smith maneuver is the process of turning non-deductible debt into deductible debt. Your mortgage, you can see here we got a picture. I would have picked a different house, but we look at a house as peace and serenity all our lives. It's our castle. But the biggest thing about it, it's a huge expense. It costs a lot of money, 2 paychecks to pay in some cases. What does a mortgage really cost us? Well, looking at it, take a $450,000 mortgage. And these days, it's probably closer to $650,000 or $700,000. You go over 25 years, and you're paying $1,128,000 over a 25-year period for a $450,000 mortgage. As Canadians, we really don't have it easy. We got high taxes, federally and provincially. Now we got gas is $2.06 in Abbotsford. It's probably $2.15 everywhere else. We got our pensions. We get CPP and old age pensions.
$2.30 this morning on the way in, Neal. $2.30 here.
Oh wow! See, I don't drive. I don't go over the bridge. Our pensions, CPP, old age pension. We used to have defined benefit pensions. Corporations did for their employees years and years ago. Now it's defined contribution. That's not my place to talk. It's more of a financial advisor. Mortgage expense. It's crazy now. Okay. We get two pressing financial goals. We got to pay off our mortgage and we got to prepare for retirement. Usually we just focus on the mortgage, and 40 years later, we have nothing for retirement. That's the way it goes. We're living on a fixed income when we're turning 65. We're living with our children, or we're forced to downsize to another house, or we're using a reverse mortgage. Reverse mortgages are so huge right now. Or we can work. You want fries with that. Burger King, McDonald's, Walmart, Costco. That's the only alternative we have. How do we take care of ourselves? Reduce our tax bill, eliminate costly expenses. Nobody has our backs, just us. Why is having debt so important? Non-deductible debt destroys wealth. Tax-deductible debt creates wealth. When I talk about non-deductible debt, car loans, vacations, big TVs, so on and so forth. Tax-deductible debt creates wealth. So people who are wealthy, like Jim Pattison, understand this. We should focus not on debt, but net worth. Take this for instance. A person's got a house, paid off the mortgage, he's got $700,000. His net worth is $700,000. But if he had invested properly, he would have a liability of $300,000, but his investments would be $740,000. He's $1,140,000 ahead. At least $400,000. Use your equity in our house. A lot of us are sitting on lots of equity. It's a negative return if we don't use it. As I said, your mortgage is one of your biggest investment opportunities. We don't use it enough as Canadians for investment. The benefits of the Smith Manoeuvre. You can generate valuable increasing tax deductions every month. You're able to eliminate a mortgage in record time from 25 down to even 5 years. Each month, you are able to invest money you wouldn't otherwise have available. And this can happen right now. So once you start using the Smith Manoeuvre, it happens simultaneously, and there's no extra cash you need from you. Essentially, how does the Smith Manoeuvre work? Regular monthly mortgage payments. The right mortgage is a readvanceable mortgage. You get an annual tax refund, repay it, and reborrow again to invest. This is a typical mortgage, non-deductible, $400,000, doing nothing for you. Here's a readvanceable mortgage. A line of credit, 100% non-deductible. What you do, if you have a payment, $2,100, you got $1,330 in interest, $770 principal. You make the first payment, you take out $770 in principal and reinvest that to anything that you want. As long as it's not consumable, you won't be able to deduct taxes from that. And this is great. If we borrow to consume, no tax deductibility. If we borrow with a reasonable expectation of generating income, we can deduct. Here's an example. Again, paid the $770, invested. He's able to deduct at the end of the year all his monthly investments. Okay, this is how it works. You make a mortgage payment every month, take the principal out. And as you can see, the mortgage loan goes down every month as you use it. And the line of credit goes up. And you can see a pattern here. Your line of credit goes up, your investment goes up, and your mortgage loan goes down. Until finally, you have no mortgage loan left. You have a line of credit, you have an investment loan, and you have an investment. It gives you 100% deductible. You got tax refunds, free money from the government. You can annual mortgage payments equal less interest payments. Then a monthly investment plus annual tax refunds, you have compound growth. And what's it worth? Well, the typical Canadian, this is the plain Jane Smith Manoeuvre, originally created by Fraser Smith. It takes about 3 years off the amortization of non-deductible debt. Robertson Smith added these accelerators: debt swap, cash flow, drip accelerator, prime the pump, and cash flow dam accelerator. The debt swap, you have an investment of $10,000. And the idea is to liquidate, put the $10,000 into the mortgage loan and reinvest it into the same investment or something else. It's totally up to you. Your mortgage loan goes down. Your investment goes up. $10,000, you want to put it in cash to go down. So you invest it. Cash flow diversion. A lot of people invest automatically now. They have their own account they invest in. Instead of doing it that way, you put into your mortgage loan $400 and it goes down. Now $400 invested. There's a pattern here. More money you put in your mortgage loan, the faster it goes down. The drip, if you have stocks and you have a dividend that you get every year, either quarterly or annually, you can get your investment dividend and liquidate it in cash and put it into your mortgage loan. You can see it shows you here. You put it in, goes in, you reinvest it either into the same investment or another investment, prime the pump. A lot of mortgages you have to redo. You have to change. This particular one, this is appraised at $500,000. You have a $400,000 mortgage, 80%. You can't change anything until after the first payment. You will not have any line of credit until you do the first payment. Say, for example, you have $600,000 appraised value. You have a $400,000 mortgage loan. You have actually $80,000 available in equity. And what you would do in this case is put $80,000 in, pay it down, and it gives you the ability to invest in securities, a new business, or real estate property. Cash flow down. If you have a rental property, there's two ways you can do it. You can just do it the normal way, put your rental income into the property account, and see a pattern again. You put it into your mortgage loan. You prepayment the rental revenues, it goes in, comes out, and you're able to pay your expenses. What that does, it pays it down a lot faster. You don't need additional cash to use the Smith maneuver. Say you have a payment of $2,214. The first month you're not charging any interest. You take out $728 out of the principal and the line of credit, and it shows the next month $730, but you invest $728. That gives you $2 of residual cash sitting there in your account. Next month $733, you take out, but you still invest $728 into your investment. That gives you $5, so on and so forth. At $736 you take out, you have $8 of residual income. That helps pay any interest costs to your line of credit. This cycle of benefits the Smith maneuver. Each month, you're able to invest money. It generates valuable increasing tax deductions. You're able to eliminate your expensive mortgage in record time. And these benefits start as soon as you start using the Smith maneuver. No new cash is required. We have the book, Smith Man Calculator, the homeowner course, and here's my email, obviously, my phone number if you have any questions. This is it. Procrastination is the enemy of your financial success.
My favorite procrastination joke is everybody's going to quit procrastinating starting tomorrow morning.
That's right.
So, Neal, somebody who owns a home is able to partake in this process, correct? If
that's right.
A mortgage. What about somebody that has their mortgage paid off or clear title on their home? Is this something? I know you're not on the tax side. This is kind of a lob question, but
well, if they have lots of equity, correct? So this is like it's like my case, personal case. We have our home paid off, and one of the ways to do it is you take $150,000 out for an investment. You make sure you have a non-deductible debt. So you would essentially take out a mortgage with the line of credit. That's how you do it. That's what I do it personally. And so you would start the cycle. You got to use your equity somehow. That's how you'd use the Smith maneuver. Or you're just using the equity to invest. But that wouldn't be the Smith maneuver because you're not paying off the mortgage faster.
Yeah, one of the biggest challenges we've seen with people using this strategy is, they'll engage a mortgage broker like Neal, licensed broker in one of the provinces. They'll start the strategy. They'll refinance, get, the cash out to buy the investments. But a lot of people don't take it full cycle and actually claim the interest, the deductible interest on their tax return. That's the kicker. That's where you get that tax refund every year that you can contribute to your mortgage to pay down the mortgage to keep the cycle going. A lot of people that have tried this strategy in the past that haven't been doing that. That's one of the things that we do here with our tax review through the Dollar Tax Club is we'll go back 12 years for any client, anybody who works with Neal, anybody watching the webinar here. Just reach out. Neal's link will be in the replay. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, it'll be in the links below. Neal's link there. So if you don't have a mortgage and you're thinking about getting one, Neal can help you get into your first home as well. So whether you're a first-time home buyer or somebody who has their mortgage paid off, this is a strategy I believe everybody in that entire spectrum would be able to take advantage of.
Well, essentially, I went pretty quick, and I didn't really go into a lot of depth. Basically,
no pun intended, right?
Robinson Smith on, he'll deep dive right into it. If anybody's got questions, he uses the Smith Manoeuvre calculator. It'll give you examples of how you can pay down your mortgage a lot faster. I wanted to promote interest in this. I can help you with a mortgage. He will articulate it better than I can in terms of how it's done.
Yeah, so, some people want to study the roots. Some people want to enjoy the fruit.
That's right.
We're here enjoying the fruit. Bottom line is, if you're watching this and you have a mortgage, you want to pay off your mortgage faster without costing any more money. That's right. The bottom line. We're not.
You have to have the right mortgage, not readvanceable. There's only a number of banks out there that do it. No, only one mono lender that does it, and each has different ways to administrate it. Not everyone's the same. You got Manulife will do it, Bank of Nova Scotia will do it, and others. But their administration, when you do, you make sure you have a mortgage broker who knows about the Smith Manoeuvre, because you have to do it at underwriting more than anything else. If you don't, it is very difficult, even though they have a readvanceable mortgage, to go backward and get the bank to do it, because they don't know anything about the Smith Manoeuvre themselves. They just have a readvanceable mortgage, but they have no understanding.
Well, if you're at the bank teller and they see you have an extra $5,000 or plus that's sitting in the bank, they'll introduce you to one of their advisors to put it into GICs. That's the bank strategy. But let's not go there. You know, that's why a lot of people tune into these webinars to get these insider tips, tax secrets, tax tips. The big savings here is, Neal showed this in one of the slides at the beginning. You can go back and rewind and look at it. Average 44% in taxes over your lifetime. You know, at 1.1 million, that's about 450,000 in tax over the lifetime of your mortgage. And that's one of the three key components. You know, the first component is reaching out to a licensed mortgage broker. Neal Callaghan here, who works predominantly in the Greater Vancouver area. Are you licensed in other provinces as well, Neal?
No, just BC, but I can't market myself in other provinces.
But if they're watching BC. It here, this is coming to you live from BC. So, you know, if you're watching this, reach out to Neal.
You want to reach out to a Smith Manoeuvre certified professional. That's what Robinson Smith will say. Yeah, we're certified. We've taken the exam. We studied it in and out, how to do it. So not every licensed broker knows how to do it. We've seen some that try. Yeah, and it doesn't work very well.
Yeah, we help clean up the mess.
Yeah.
So, you know, if there's something, you know, if you're wanting to pay off your mortgage in 25 years, go for it. 30 years with some people now. You know, maybe pushed out to 35 years before the next election. Who knows? But if you want to
be sitting with a realtor yesterday, talking to him, and I brought up the Smith Manoeuvre. Young guy, about 30, very good what he does. Very successful realtor. He had no clue what it was. No clue whatsoever. And he just went, I didn't realize that.
And Robinson Smith talked about a different strategy. He actually wrote an excerpt for our book, one of the chapters in the Tax Saving Bible. He talked about this strategy, using it to finance your business. So whether you do it in investments in somebody else's business, stock or mutual funds, you can use this strategy to invest in your own business. So if you have equipment, etc., refinance equipment, pour that money back into the mortgage, get that advanceable line of credit, and then you can write off the interest on your own assets. So that's a slightly separate strategy that would entail engaging a tax advisor, and also probably something on the equipment or asset side to get the financing. I know Neal can do a lot of financing outside of just property. So reach out if that interests you. Reach out to Neal. His email is on the bottom of the slides here, CallaghanMortgages.ca. I know that website's being revamped right now. And your phone number, Neal, for those who are maybe listening to this on the audio.
Okay, it's 778-878-6171.
Operators are standing by. Let's repeat that. That is 778-878-6171. Operators are standing by for the Smith Maneuver. Robinson will love that little plug.
Yes, he will.
But more importantly, if you're watching this on the replay and it's late at night, leave Neal a message if you want to learn more about this. So that's it for the slideshow here today. What's next, Neal? What are you up to? What's new in the mortgage world? What is I Love Mortgage Brokering up to? Scott Peckford, I know he started his own brokerage now under Verico. How's that going? We got about 20 minutes left. Let's just have a chat, and we'll watch the chat area for any questions coming through.
Well, that's going well. Working with realtors, I really enjoy that. Phoning and talking, sitting down one-on-one. I'm better at one-on-one than I am in groups. My other interest is commercial too. I'm looking at doing some commercial, getting some education in that. That's another. You always have to change a little bit, evolve, and have a niche. The idea of, let me put it in different words, the idea of being a jack of all trades doesn't work. Really, I wish I'd learned this years ago in terms of you got to market yourself properly. And doing first home buyers, which is great, and refi, everybody's doing it. So you have to have a niche. You have to look at something. I'm looking at commercial. Smith & Manoeuvre is extremely important. People who want to buy rental properties, that's the area I enjoy. Anyhow, I'm starting to go on and on and on here.
No, it's all right. So Suat Trong was on our webinar a couple of weeks ago. He has the sharingbanksecrets.com site set up, but he does commercial finance training. Is that something you're looking at doing?
That too. I actually know Sue. He and I used to work together years ago, and we had a nice chat. He's a really good guy, sharp individual. And
we couldn't get him on the webinar. He was MIA, so we had to shoot the webinar and then insert his. We did the interview with him post webinar, and then we got it inserted in. So if you're watching this on YouTube, look for Suat Trong, Sharing Bank Secrets, his course, commercial finance course, saying that brokers tend to 10x their revenue when they switch to commercial with a tenth of the work. That's a nice inversion.
Yes, it is.
Down on your workload. He was saying, we were talking about the documents for, the part of the process on the mortgage process that we help with Filogix. But he was talking about the commercial side. He said 9 out of 10 commercial deals he does, they have all their documents up front. They're already financial statements. A lot of them are corporate mortgages, so they have their own accountant engaged. So it's a much cleaner, simpler process. You don't lose as much hair, I don't think.
It's too late now for me.
Yeah, we're not far behind you, but it's like anything. Do you want to go for the 10% of clients to give you 90% of the revenue, or the opposite? We all opt for the easier one. And he was saying from the mortgage side, it's pretty much a similar process. It's just marketing yourself as that commercial expert.
That's right. And it's you may have a wait time for it, but as a mortgage broker, it's 1% you get of the mortgage amount. But as doing commercial, you're getting 3%. Huge difference. Instead of having to do, say, 20 deals a year, you'll be able to have to do 4 or 5. Huge difference.
On the marketing side, somebody who already has a good presence on social media, maybe this is where Jesse can jump in, but just making that little shift in marketing. Going back to existing clients, Jesse, what's your take on that? You know, something that Neal's looking at doing, shifting to the commercial side.
I think you're definitely the right thing by niching down and just picking a direction, because that's what people will recognize, right? They'll know you as the guy who does that commercial, right, in your area, which is a huge branding. It's a huge branding advantage, and I think, you know, just going after that. And like you said, the bigger revenue that you get from it is a bonus, right? You work less, make more. I'm all about working less and making more money, right? That's why I got into automations, because I love the idea of having systems and things in place to make my job easier. So I think it's a great perspective, great avenue.
And that's how we got reconnected, Neal, because of our affiliate program and the marketing that Jesse's doing. Very simple to, you know, to get your name out there. That's what we're actually promoting this webinar for, is our mortgage broker affiliate program. And we already have some, you know, images, some marketing material we set up for you, Neal, with your QR code and a slider that's going up on our webpage. So that's one of the things that we give back to mortgage brokers. You know, in exchange, what's in it for us? We're always looking for more clients. And you were talking about mortgage brokers working with realtors. Well, this is the same thing that we're doing here on our side is with this affiliate program is, you know, we're billing it as a side hustle for your side hustle. We don't want to cut into what you're doing or interfere. We just want to complement what brokers are doing. So what's in it for mortgage brokers with our affiliate program? Well, brokers get commissions from us. Whether or not you have to disclose, that's on your side. On the compliance side, every province is different. But we do take an invoice, send out that referral commission. That's all done through the back end, our software, not our software, but the software that we license, Kartra, which is an affiliate marketing software. And Jesse takes care of that. Social media website exposure. So some of the images that we put together for the brokers has your affiliate code embedded right in those images. So all you have to do is post them on different social media channels. And we do have some training videos that we're producing for that as well. If you're not familiar with social media, I know that you're an expert on TikTok, Neal, so you don't need any help there.
Yeah. What did you say? TikTok?
Yeah, but simple, you know, the simple, you know, the main three, you're looking at LinkedIn, which, you know, we didn't realize was 50% of professionals gravitate towards, you know, connecting with people on LinkedIn as opposed to Facebook or Instagram. But we do post on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and we are looking at TikTok. And then a discount on services. So if your clients don't have their tax returns filed now, we're in May, we're past tax deadline. We spent all week filing returns for clients that are applying for mortgages. One of the advantages here by using us is we're a nationally registered tax firm with a registered e-file license. We filed over 25,000 client returns. We can get those returns filed and get the NOAs back instantly. As soon as the return is submitted, we get a notional assessment back from CRA that you can use to send to the lender. So if you have clients that haven't filed, being post personal tax deadline here in Canada, we can get that done for you. If a client files himself and they send in a paper return, it's going to take at least a week to get the CRA, and it's going to take another month for that letter to get opened. So do you think you're going to get the NOA back in time for the closing? I don't think so. Just a few of the things that we include inside the Dollar Tax Club. And that's something that Jesse takes care of in the background. Tax tip of the week. So e-file versus net file. We were just talking about that. Net file is if you file yourself. So if a client says, hey, I'll just file it myself with TurboTax or TaxWiz or TaxMaster, whatever net file software they're using, again, it can take up to 6 weeks to get that NOA assessed and approved and actually mailed out. And then who knows if it goes astray in the mail, who knows where your NOA is. So future events, again, we run these every Wednesday, 9 a.m. Pacific, coming to you live every Wednesday, but you can watch them all on the replay. So a lot of, you may be watching this on the replay, but just peruse our YouTube channel. I believe we have 19 webinars in the can now. So you can go back and look at the commercial financing. You can watch this replay, go back to the beginning, look at Neal's slides, learn a little bit about the Smith maneuver. And if it piques your interest, it's worth a phone call. And again, that number is 778-878-6171. Operator standing by. Was that your phone ringing there, Neal?
Yeah, just about.
No, I thought I heard a phone ring. It might have been in the next office here, but that'd be great if you got a couple calls. So not too many questions in the chat. We got a few minutes left, gentlemen. So Jesse, what's up on our side on the affiliate program for brokers? What are we doing for brokers? What's new? What's coming out?
Well, I mean, our whole job, everything we're looking to do is to make mortgage brokers' lives easier. So Neal, while I got you here, one of my questions that I wanted to ask you today was,
not to put you on the spot, Neal, but here it comes.
No problem.
Is there anything, you've gone through the affiliate sign-up process, you've gotten your links, you've gone through, everything that Dollar Tax Club, becoming an affiliate for that, has to offer. Is there anything that you noticed that could maybe use a little bit improving, or maybe didn't quite make a lot of sense, or could use a little bit of streamlining? Was there anything that kind of caught your attention, and if you had the chance to fix it, what would those be, if anything?
I really haven't seen too much, Jesse. It was pretty straightforward when I went through. I found it to be straightforward.
Yeah, the TikTok questionnaire is coming next, right? Just to, test your skills on TikTok. But I know one thing you mentioned, Neal, at the beginning, you said, hey, I don't have any recent photos. We found a couple nice images online, but it's not so much the image. I think it's more getting your name out there. People will get to know you. They'll get to know your name if those. And a big part for a lot of people that are in the industry, you guys are financial professionals. So are we. That's why we brought somebody in. We have the luxury of being able to have somebody on board with us to do this, design the marketing materials. That's something, again, that you don't have to worry about, yourself, Neal, or any broker looking to get on our affiliate program. And then another one, with the technology side, we put these webinars every week, and we only bring our affiliate brokers on the webinar, so we get you some exposure as well. And today, more specifically on the Smith maneuver, having Neal on here to explain it, not as in depth as Robinson Smith could do it, and Robinson probably couldn't do it as in depth as his late father, Fraser Smith. So it's engaging Neal, and Neal has those resources at his disposal. And then tax experts, there's three parts to this equation. There's the whole strategy. So on the Smith maneuver, the mortgage broker is quarterbacking the strategy, and then you have your wide receivers and your linemen, which is us on the accounting side, and then a investment advisor, licensed investment advisor. And you put those three together, you're going to pay off your mortgage in half the time. But it all starts with a phone call. What's that number again, Neal?
778-878-6171.
Yeah, operator standing by. That's it. So it'd be interesting to see, how many calls start coming in from the replay, et cetera. But reach out to Neal, ask the questions that you want to ask. You can go back and watch the replay. So it does get very technical, and you don't have to get into the weeds. I heard Anthony Robbins say that. He said some people, they go to seminars or they watch webinars, et cetera, read a book. Some of them pull out the calculator and start trying to get into the weeds. Just enjoy the fruits. Bottom line is pay off your mortgage in half the time. Is that an accurate assessment?
That's essentially paid off. From 25, you can get it down to 8 years, right?
Oh, wow.
So that's about a third.
Yeah, you can't. Well, you can get it down even lower if you use all the accelerators. I mean, some people are only able to use one. You're still going to get it down a lot.
And what are the accelerators again? The drip?
Yeah, cash flow, drip, cash flow dam. There's a couple others.
Yeah.
No, I'm off the top of my head. But yes.
Get started with the basic program, and then you can add those on. They don't all have to be added.
Smith maneuver, that's the basic program. And then you start putting in the accelerators. Yeah,
the big one that people don't see, people are chasing returns. Everybody was praising Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Those just some of them took 100% hit. Some of them took a 50% hit. Some people are chasing these returns, but we tell people, because we work on the investment side as well, so we can help on the accounting, tax side, and on the investment side. We do have a licensed brokerage, and a lot of people are chasing 3%, 4%, 5% returns. But in one of the first slides there, Neal, which I really liked, showed 44% in the marginal tax rate. That's the average. Top marginal tax rate in BC is 51%. And when you go up over $1 million, it gets higher than that. So let's say 40% average. If you can save 40% in tax, who cares if you get a 5% return on your investment or 12%? Because if you're paying 40% in tax, that erodes the growth or the reduction of your mortgage. So you have to include all three components: the mortgage, the tax, and the investment.
And one thing to think about, if you're using the Smith maneuver, you have to use
Not if, when you use when you get on board with Neal.
What I'm trying to say is, you can't consume, you can't buy cars. You have to use another account if you're going to do that.
Discipline. It requires discipline.
Your Smith maneuver account and your mortgage, that's only for mortgage payments and investing. You can't use it for anything else. A lot of people don't understand that. Use their line of credit. Okay, let's buy a new barbecue, things like that. It's got to be strictly for investment. You use another account for that stuff.
So any final notes, Jesse?
No, I really like this whole Smith maneuver thing. It sounds very interesting. This is the first in-depth look I've had at it, thing that speeds up the process of getting rich. So this helps.
It's been around for a while. When I reached out to their office, Fraser Smith's office in Victoria, he had just passed away. And one of the things that we didn't mention here was that the banks turned down this process at the beginning. The banks shied away from it because they didn't want to take the risk of, pointing their clients to an outside advisor. And it was tested. And it's too bad that Fraser Smith didn't live to see it, but it was tested in the Supreme Court of Canada. So this is a valid tax strategy.
Yes.
From our perspective, and we've had probably over 1,000 clients practicing this strategy that have come to us either for the investment or the tax side or both, some combination, and using different brokers. But it's nice to see that Robinson Smith has licensed this strategy out now, and have people going through the proper training like Neal has done, going through a certification. Because like you said, Neal, a lot of people try and practice this strategy and they fail at it. And they get into trouble with Canada Revenue if they have to pay back taxes. Now, if you really don't want to get into trouble, you don't want to end up in tax court, reach out to Neal. That's it. Bottom line. So thanks a million for coming on, Neal. I'm glad we got all those slides squeezed in. You kind of went through them quick, but again, reach out.
I did go through them quickly.
Yeah, reach out to Neal if you want any more advice. And you know what, you mentioned that you'd try and get Robinson on possibly a future webinar, so we'd love to see both of you on next time.
Thank you, Rob.
Awesome. Any final notes, Jesse? We'll let you two guys wrap it up. Anything on the mortgage world, Neal and Jesse, coming up on the marketing side?
I just want to say thanks, Neal, for coming out and sharing your information with us. As for the marketing side of things, if you're not signed up for the affiliate program for Dollar Tax Club yet and you don't have your affiliate links, definitely check that out. Go to the link, check it out, go through the process. It's super simple. It just adds more tools to your tool belt. Final
note, Neal, it's your parting shot here.
Parting shot. Well, it's been a pleasure. I really enjoyed myself being on. For more in depth look at this, Robinson Smith we should have on. He'll go through everything with a fine-tooth comb, and if anybody's got questions, we can probably answer them then.
There it is. Yep. Up on the screen. Operator standing by. Have a great one, guys.
Okay.
We'll see you next week on the Dollar Tax Club weekly mortgage broker affiliate webinar.
Okay. Thank you.